Hello, welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. There are a lot of things have been going on. So I think we've completed some games. This game we completed, which was a very interesting one. Come on, let's take a quick look at it. This game was a Grunfeld. Maybe we'll have a special edition to go through these games, because I think you're very hard to justify them, isn't it? And we've got so much to think about. I'll try and do a special one where we go through them, because I just think it's the only way to cope, really. Anyway, we're having a rematch. This is the chap who's very good at Horde. We're having a rematch. Pawn to e4. That's my move. I think here you play c6, don't you? And you try to play d5, and then that bishop is slightly exposed on the so the bishop's got a move, right? Bishop f2 is a move. d5 is a move. Takes, and then I don't understand knight c6. I don't understand why c5 is any good. Would you play c5 there? Would you play? I mean, bishop f8 goes after the pawn. All of that fascinating stuff is to come, but for now, c6. Yeah. You think he's been watching the show? I hope so. Okay, this... haven't thought about this. Resigns is a good move in this position, I tend to feel. Because there's a fox behind my chickens. Did you used to play fox and geese when you were young? My father taught me fox and geese. I went to see him recently. He's doing very well, I'm glad to say. Okay. Well, I think it's disingenuous to even play on here. Maybe we'll play on just to illustrate what happens. But I'm under no illusions as to my prospects here. My prospects are grim. Alright. In a grim position, I'll play a grim move. Okay, this... I've thought a bit about this. I'm going to develop a bishop. Now, I might get taken by a pawn, but then it'll give me a good knight. Maybe I should develop the knight and give myself a good bishop. Shall I start playing the Zugzwang game? Shall I start playing the Zugzwang game? Just back the queen off and play the Zugzwang game. I think I've got to develop one of those minor pieces. I think it's healthy. And maybe what I'll do is... you see, Horde Coach is doing pretty well here with the white pieces even, which is impressive. Okay. I don't know which one to move. We're developing the knight. You can sort of... the indecision's pretty obvious, isn't it, really? Okay. Right. I used to play this when I was young. When I was really young, I used to say, well, I used to think I was going to drum up a kingside attack. An attack on the king. Because I was like, well, we'll get the king, we'll overpower the king. No, it doesn't work like that at all. Bishop b5, the whole point of bishop b5 is... it's not checkmate, you don't win the queen. But basically... knight c6, knight d7, bishop here. It's a way to mobilise your pieces quickly, get castled, get the rook on e1 to defend the pawn. It's safe, it's solid, it's sensible, everything that I'm not. This move, I've got a real dilemma. I want to play bishop g4 and harass that rook. So, this would be nice, wouldn't it? This, maybe this. And now what? Am I winning a piece? I mean, maybe not winning a piece. Well, who even knows? I don't even know what's going on here. This. I quite like this as black. I'm sure Nigel won't let me get away with this. But the thing is, so bishop here looks good, but it gives... I feel slightly... what's the word? It feels... doesn't feel grounded. It feels flimsy. It feels forced or overly optimistic. You know, a solid move would be this, right? Get the queens off and say, I've got a better ending, which I probably do have. And you know, more than once in this series, I've played something fantastical only to regret it and wish I'd gone for the better ending. I think this is a little bit fantastical, but not entirely. I mean, what actually does the rook do? Here, I mean, where does the rook go? There aren't that many squares. Here, then this, then what? How do you defend that knight? Hard to defend. Move it here. You know, but I can't believe that this is going to work. So this hits the rook. Let's just say the rook moves to this. Excellent. I can't. The bishop takes it. I don't know. Just let's say the rook moves somewhere. Well, now the knight's hanging. It's not easy for maybe bishop g4. I think. Shall I just grit my teeth and play it? What about if white does this? There's no checks because the knight's covering the check. That's probably the best move, isn't it? And it's a good move as well. This. I mean, who on earth knows what's going on here? Checkmate. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling stuff. I think this is the best move, this rook here. So maybe this whole thing's misconceived and we're just going to play queen e7 and we're going to just assume that white's pieces look a bit misplaced. And we could play rook e7. For some reason I've got a bad feeling about rook e7 and I can't even explain why, because what's wrong with it? Rook e7, queen check, king there. Is that mate? I mean, that's one of the problems. And that's quite a big problem. Okay. Should we just play boring old queen e7? Well, sometimes you've got to play the practical move. Life's too short. We'll look at that in analysis, as they say. I suspect there's better moves on the board, but I'm not playing them. Okay, here, castle. I'm castling, Keith. We're all solid, we're all sensible. I'm moving my knight around aimlessly, Liam. Not aimlessly. My aim is, I think if I push this pawn, I win. So the key variation is push. So if black takes, I just take back, and we're all good. Black takes here, push, and how are we going to stop that pawn? There's no way of stopping that pawn getting through. Queen, please. Takes. I think white's winning that. So I think I push here, and then we're expecting sort of takes probably, and then we're expecting king here. I mean, this isn't over. Now this isn't over. Probably got to play it. Well, no, you don't. You've got to be a bit careful with this. Okay, so takes. Maybe the move is this check. This. Defending from the side is always less good than defending from the back. I'll need to look into that, but I think for now I'm pushing, and I don't believe I'm losing a pawn. I don't want to look at b5. No, I want to push. This is difficult. I think the answer is I'm going to sit and do nothing. See what Gary comes up with. If in doubt, do nothing. Well, not if in doubt, do nothing, but I think nothing is my best plan as it stands. This one, my opponent's offered a draw. I'm not going to go for that. What I'm going to do is put my rook forward, put my bishop on f6 and take that pawn. The other one can't get through. You heard it here first. Not Maxime. Oh, this is a good move. This is one of the lines that I find most difficult in the Queen's Indian, although it's starting to look more like a Nimzo. Bishop b7, right? a3, and now it's the Petrosian by the look of it, d5. We've transposed into the Petrosian, Queen c2. Takes, b takes. Okay. I mean, Queen b7, I mean, the point is you're controlling e4, right? That's the whole point of this move. You're not allowing e4. So then, you know, moves like Queen c2 and a3 are trying to get, or trying to sort of not get e4 in, but force black to do things. So this move blocks off the bishop. Of course, it gives a protected pass pawn, but it blocks off the bishop. So I quite like to play b5. I quite like to play knight here as well. Should we play knight here? Everyone likes a kind of a knight on a really good square. I don't think b5 can be stopped when we want to play it. And now g6 is not good. I don't think you'd play g6. So how's that knight ever going to get evicted? We'll find out, won't we? Gareth Stevens. Gareth, here come the knights. Alright. c5, eh? I was going to say bishop g5 and try and do something nasty to that knight. What's wrong with bishop g5? Okay, so c5 is good, but I want to play this. I suppose they just play h6, and then when you take, play h6 though, you can take here, and they take here. Alright, we'll play c5. c5 is a good move. Basically trying to get going on the queen's side. Those knights are slightly stepping on each other's squares, aren't they? Mr. Ian B. Ian, consider your knight pinned. That was my first reaction. But I thought, well, that's a slightly bullet instinct. Let's think about it. And I haven't thought about it. I'm just pinning the knight. I don't think that's a terrible move. This one, no idea what to do. I've got 5 days to think about it. I don't know. I mean, this pawn is hanging. Maybe e5. Maybe at some point we can land a knight on here with check, and then if the pawn takes here and wins the queen. Maybe that would be very, very amusing. So if we go here, let's just see what happens. If we go here, give a pawn, check. Really can't take that, but then the king just moves to the side. So what? I suppose what happens here is here, then they take, then check, then the bishop can't take, then here, then it's mate. Yay! So question is knight here really a dangerous move? Is this check really dangerous? So they can't take it. King here is no good because this is really bad. You don't think this is going to work, do you? You don't think I'm going to pull this off? Is this really bad? It looks really bad to me. If you don't take the knight, then we're taking on... do you want to play this or something? Maybe that's the move. And then white just collects on c3. Black can resign. Okay. We've given something up, haven't we? Have we dropped a piece? No, we've not dropped a piece yet, but we're about to. No, it's not. That doesn't work. Doesn't work. Good to try, but doesn't work. Okay. What about this? Does that work? I mean, that kind of works, doesn't it? And then No, we're not confirming that. We're just thinking about it. We're brainstorming ideas at this point. This. That's more like it, I think. Isn't it? There's no check here because the knight's defended. I think that might be more like it. But we've got a bit of time to think about it because, you know, it's a serious matter. I think we've got a choice of b3 and f4 here, haven't we? And I quite want to play b3 because bad things have happened to me. Okay, again, this is a long time schedule. Yeah, so I'm going to take some time to think about that. We've done Gareth, we've done not Maxime. I'm going to take some time to think about these longer games. I think it's the right thing to do. Because rushing them and then getting hammered is not particularly entertaining for anybody, particularly not for me. Maybe I'm teaching the right lessons. What's the lesson? Think before you move. It's a pretty good chess lesson, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look at these ones. There's some interesting things happening here. Interesting and positive. So, Seal Island Puffin. After some reflection, so this was auto moved in an attempt to stimulate me into action, but I think King f3 will be bad, and this is the reason that King f3 will be bad. It will be bad because of rook takes, and then I think you got to take, then rook takes, got to take, then go there, then I go there, then black goes there, then I go there, then black goes there. Black's got a nice position. What I need to do is, in this position, go king here. Then after rook takes. Are you watching this, Seal Island Puffin? There. I go there, king goes there, I go there, and kind of there. Well, you can't do that. Black can't do that. Black's got to go here, and then I go here. Then black's got to go here. And I think I'm all right. I wait. Yeah, I think I'm all right now. You know, this. And I think white's winning that. I mean, all those moves weren't forced, but anyway, the answer's this. Move closer to the queen's side. Yeah. 4-pawn attack. e6 is an uncommon move. Bishop e2 is a common move. I think after c5 now you can transpose back in. c5, d5, e takes d, c takes d, you transpose back in. I think this one's over because take here, pin the rook against the king. The rook's come off, 3 pawns is enough. That's definitely enough. And there's no way of avoiding the swap. Those 2 pawns are enough. The pawns on the c and d file are easily enough. No, they're enough because you get protected pass pawn. I think this admits that I've snatched the pawn successfully. So now we're going to take the rooks off. We're going to start taking pieces off now we're a pawn up. I want to take this rook. Queen can't take because I take up the g pawn. If the bishop takes, it feels a bit weird. Anyway, that's black's problem. No idea what to do here. This is my problem. Knight here, he says. Making it up as he goes along. Playing really well, black. This stops g4. I think black's better here. I'm not sure if black's winning, but I quite like to win this game because it'll put me top of the group in this Rook's Rule tournament. Okay, got a plan here. Takes the knight. I'm starting to swap things off on piece up. Takes. Bishop g4. Then I'm going to take fg. Then I'm going to put the bishop on e6. And I think black has to take fg as well. So black has to give up the e6 square. d4 here, right? Transpose into a Tarrasch defense, which is fine for white. I quite like that for white. I I think most white players do. This is a brilliant defence by Josh Latosh. Brilliant defence. It's the point is the big threat. Well, a point is the big threat was c5, king d5, and then rook here check, forking the king and queen. But now the king can flee because the knight's blocking, and also the knight covers e5. But I think this is going to cause a world of complexity for black. I mean, so one line, you know, one line is this, 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 this. You know, what are you going to do? This, 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 this. Now it's looking bad for black. This, this. I don't know. You got to believe that white's good here. I mean, I'm not gonna. I think this is enough analysis. We're a pawn up and we've got a good attack. So I think I'll be happy with that. So I think this is the sort of big idea. Also, you see we're threatening to take on c6 and e6 with various major pieces. Even though black's a piece up, white, the black king is really open. I don't know, castle? What is the opening book? I mean, how can... It's going to be castle, isn't it? Or just castle? Or should we think about it? Okay, maybe I'll think about it, but honestly, I think you just castle there. Oh, look! We're through to the next round of king and pawns. Jolly good. Okay, I'll have a think about this one. This... Can we see a knockout blow here? Oh, I think we can. I think we can. I think we've got... check. If the king comes here, we pin the queen against the king. But then if the king goes back, that's mate virtually, isn't it? Yeah. So I think this is what the doctor ordered here. Can't take it because the knight's defending it. Okay, I've not seen this move, but I think it's actually bad. And the reason I think it's bad is because I want to play queen h6, and then I'm surprised that black's allowed this. Queen h6, then rook h3, which is mating, and the way you'd stop that would have been to move the f-pawn and have the queen defend it. But I suppose now what could happen is this. Well, you can't even move that pawn forward. It's really tough. This. Now you can move the pawn forward. Okay, but maybe we play this now. Well, I'll think about it, but I just think the attack down the h-file is really dangerous. I admit that pawn's going to be lost. It's a bit reminiscent of these various... what do I do here? Oh, I know what I do. Pawn d5. It's a good move, that. If you look at the stats, it's a really good move. I think it means I'm declining the gambit, doesn't it? But I'm declining it in a way that I like. Fluffy cat, you played the Grobble against me. I play the Queen's Gambit against you. Let's see what you got. This we've done. Are we back to the start? We're back to the start. So it's 20-1 and I've got a big meeting tomorrow. So I've only got time for one chess puzzle. And the answer is black to move. Should we take that pawn then? So check at the back. Rook takes. No, I don't like it. Don't we take the pawn with, like, what with? Not with the queen. What about if we take with the rook? Okay. What on earth's going on here? Take with the D rook. Queen C3. Check at the back. Rook takes, queen takes. Yeah, that's good. That's the point. We take with the D rook. Queen C3. Check at the back. Rook takes, queen takes, and then the rook can't cover it. I think that's what happens here. No! My streak is gone. Retry. I don't know. This? Yeah, it was that. Why? Oh, because you just take the rook now. Oh, it's so easy. Oh, no, it's pinning. It's not so easy. So, white's pinning. So, do we just try to disrupt the pin somehow? No idea how. No idea whatsoever. Come on. Move the pawn, do we? But why can't the queen just back up? We can take the queen here. Okay, I get that. Solve with a hint, solve with no idea what's going on. But what if the queen just, if we go to analysis, what if the queen just backs up here? Okay, queen here. Queen here. I see. I see. That's problematic. Because now we can take the rook. Okay. Right, I'm not going to do any more because one of the keys to chess is knowing when you're tired and knowing that you've had enough. And so, consequently, oh, I've done another one. So, I'm tired now and I've had enough. So the answer is two options. You can take an a7 or you can play rook b1. Which do you like the best? If we take an a7, oh, that's quite useful, isn't it? Take an a7, they play c6. If we go rook b1, then how does black escape the mate? It plays rook b6. Take an a7. Take an a7, play c6, you check at the back with the rook. I think you take an a7. Thank you very much. This shows the power of going on when you should be stopping. Go there. No! I should be stopping! That makes me really sad. Try again. It's not the same though, is it, when you've got it wrong? I mean, why doesn't that work? Check at the back. How does that not work? Rook in the way we take it. I mean, I'm railing. Okay, king there, that's the problem. But then we get a free rook with our queens hanging. Back the queen off. Honestly, just don't know. Just don't know. Oh, you sack your queen. Sack your queen and you get the other queen, you're a rook up. It's not really a sack, is it? If we're honest. You wouldn't call that a sack. Should we really just do one more to see how tired we really are? Okay, I should be able to win this pawn endgame. I love pawn endings. King here. If we penetrate to here, we've won. King here. King here. King here. King in the corner. Take. Probably all sorts of stalemates. Gotta be. Gotta be. Gotta be. Ooh. Gotta be. Take that, yeah? Do we take that? Do we not take that? Maybe we don't. If we take that, I think maybe there's a breakthrough that we're not going to enjoy very much. Maybe we just hoover up this pawn. This, I think, is the key moment. So we take... There's a breakthrough. We go here, black goes here. Well, well, well. Well, we push. What does black do? Black goes here. It's quite hard, isn't it? We take. Okay, I think we're going to take, although I've got a bad feeling about it. We take. Maybe we've got enough foot to force it through. Honestly, chess is so hard. Now we go here, and if it takes, we put the king on g8 and we win. Or maybe we push. Do we push? If we push king here, then we push and it stalemates us. Gosh, it's already late for this kind of nonsense. We go here, king can't take. We go here, king can't take, king has to come back. Yeah, I think we go here. Phew! Honestly, am I teaching everyone bad habits? Am I teaching myself bad habits? Is check nasty? Check and then bishop here. What about sacking? Takes, check. There. So complicated. Come on, Tarrington, do the analysis. Bishop takes, queen takes, check. Queen there, bishop here, check. King runs. No good. Bishop here, how do you stop the mate? Queen here. Okay. Bishop here, check. Something goes in the way, like the bishop here, check. Knight takes. Bishop here, knight takes queen. Bishop here, check. Knight takes. Rook takes. Queen takes. Oh my giddy aunt. Bishop here. Queen there. Bishop here. What's going to stop that? What's going to stop? I think it's that, isn't it? No. It's not that. This check, yeah. What? Okay. I don't understand that, but never mind. Maybe I'm just winning a bishop. Maybe the point is it just wins a bishop. Okay, my head hurts. This has been fun. I'll see you in the next episode. The opponent's got 2 queens. That's so many queens. Check. King here. Mate. Check. Check. King there. This is a case study in how good you are at chess when you're really tired. Check. King there. Checkmate. Enough is enough, as the famous pop song goes. In fact, that might have been too much. I hope you're all well. Thank you all for your participation. See you soon.